Hello, good morning, happy Thursday. It's Friday Eve in my opinion, so let's call it as such. Okay, look at that, we are live. Good morning, Susan, good morning, Lynn. Let's see if anybody's here. Could you leave me a comment and just say you're here? That would be fantastic. Good morning, Margaret. Oh, there we go. I can see me. If you are here, I'm 5 minutes early, which I don't know how that's possible because I was doing a ton of stuff this morning. There we go. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Jane, Tori. Okay, there we go. Margaret from snowy West Virginia. Pittsburgh. Good morning in Pittsburgh, Lynn. Good morning, Anne. Oh my God, we have such a wonderful lineup. It is so great. I'm really excited for this morning. And I was just chatting. Everybody's here. They're in the green room. Oh, you guys can't see me. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, can you see me yet? Jeez. Good morning. Let's make eye contact. Let's start with that. Good morning. Okay, sorry about that, Deb. I was behind the curtain there. Good morning, Connie. Connie, by the way, I got an email from Karen last night that just cracked me up. So, oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to read it, but it was great. Okay. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Hitomi. Look at me. I am dressed for the day, sort of for the evening, too. I'm going out. Not going out. I'm going to my friend's house. When I say I'm going out, I'm going to my friend's house for a birthday party tonight. I'm hoping my friend Janet is not watching this morning, but it took me 8 bakeries to get a freaking coconut cake. If she happens to be watching, we're in trouble. Janet, if you're watching, happy 60th, and it took me 8 bakeries to get a coconut cake. There's your surprise. Good morning. Yes, I'm dressed up. I mean, actually, I think I'm going to go to work, and the guys at work are going to be like, huh? What? You're not wearing the company t-shirt? And I'm not. Good morning. I do want to thank, we had a lot of new people last night who painted along with me, which was so freaking fantastic. I can show this week's work because I can. But this was last night. Good morning, Legine. I answered your email last night. You finally signed up for the membership. I hope I can keep affording it. You know what? Life has a way of kind of dealing those opportunities to you. So life does change. I totally understand. I'm in the same boat. I have 3 kids in college. Karen just said, hello. Karen, I got your email. It'll probably be tomorrow when I respond to you, but I have so many funny things to add to that. As you know, or may not know, I know the decorative painting world. So that brought a smile to my face. Thank you. Thank you for your email. This morning, I just want to show this. I feel, you know who I feel? I feel like a newscaster because every morning I have like little papers in front of me. I'm doing this. And I just want to read this. And now I can't see who it's from, but I think it's from Debbie. It's 7:57. I'm early. Oh, well. It says, I began my journey with Tracy at her 24-hour free art party, and like a lot of you, I didn't think I could draw or paint with watercolors. I soon joined her tribe with much practice, often daily, and the teachings of Tracy, the encouragement and inspiration from members and Anne. This piece is how far I've come. My I can't have turned into I can. So I believe you can. I should have finished the day with that. Forget I just read that. I'm going to finish on that note. How about that? Look at. Okay. So last night was off the charts. It was fun. I went over. I totally understand. This week has been one of the most amazing weeks of my life for a couple of reasons. You never know the difference you make in somebody's life Because you don't walk around asking every day, hi, what difference have I made in your life? Hi, you guys, oh, I'm trying to fix my hair. You guys live in various locations. I haven't been able to be face to face. So I don't typically walk around. I've never walk around and say, hey, could you say nice things to me? I don't feel like I need or want to solicit stuff like that. It's nice to hear it. But this weekend this week, kind of just not validated, I don't need validation, confirmed my choices and things that I've done and things that I'm sharing, because I've shared some things that normally, like, even my mom was like, oh, I don't know, do you feel the need to tell everybody you're divorced twice? No, she's never said that. My mom has never said that. But my mom's a little more private than I am. And so this has confirmed, I love that word, my choices to do so and to share what and when I felt it was good to share it. In other words, I didn't share it or air my dirty laundry on social media. When things were happening, I waited to fall down, get back up, and then be able to stand up and have a different take on things. I always say things don't happen to you, they happen for you. Not sure I would have said that a few years back. I think I was saying it was happening to me. But that's okay to say that too, and it's okay to feel like that. And this week, it was so wonderful because I had so many people sharing where they're coming from life, the good, the bad, the ugly. And it was funny because we all kind of not said, how do I word this? I'm not Oprah. They didn't say this happened to me, woe is me, blah, blah, blah. Lisa, Jackie, none of them. They all just said, this is my reality. This is part of my journey. And it just made me realize that this is not all for naught. It's not just the art. It's not just showing you how to put watercolors on just a piece of paper. It's actually the connections that we make. So this was a really good example of that. That was just a really good example. Now, today we have 2 more guests. What's really cool is every day it's kind of been lined up and lined up just a bunch of people who volunteered. I didn't say anybody had to do this, who stepped up and said, I would like to do this. And they all come from different walks of life, different areas of the world, because we've had Canada, not just the United States. Now, I don't know if a lot of Australians in the middle of the night want to pop on here, but we'll do that. We'll change it up. We'll change it. It is so much more, Jackie. Thank you. So this morning, we have Shoneugh, which I found out was short for Shoneugh, and she is in Canada. And then we have Katie, who's from Michigan. And I just, in this past little 5 minutes of conversation that we had, I was able to convert her to a Michigan State fan. She was just on the fence. She's not really a sports fan. I don't know who exists in the state of Michigan that they're not sports fans. So I'm going to ask her what they do if they're not diehards, because I'm from Michigan. I went to Michigan State. I bleed green. And by association, now she does. So I'm going to unmute these lovely ladies. I'm going to bring them on with me. Hopefully this is going to work. Hi, girls.
Morning.
Katie, would you like to introduce yourself? And you might want to start with Go Green.
Go green, girl. Go green.
Why don't you?
My husband.
Yeah, why don't you introduce yourself and then we'll go to Shoneugh.
Sure. Do you want me to tell them the truth about this yellow, blue, or green, white, or you want me to just keep it as is? Because I love it.
I like to lead with the truth, but if I'm leading the witness, I think you should also lead with the fact that you've now been persuaded to. I just want to know how you spend your free time if you're not watching football, basketball, hockey. You have the floor.
I played a lot of sports as a kid and through high school and beyond. I loved playing tennis. It was fun. I could do all of my years. And I like to exercise a bunch. However, what we watch is NASCAR. We do a lot of race cars.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to exempt you because I actually am a NASCAR fan. You're exempt.
There we go. Perfect.
Now, I do have a weird question, Katie. You do not have to give your age, but did you graduate from high school or college in the last 2 years?
I love you for lots of reasons now.
Does anybody get the sense that she looks like she's really young? So I'm not going to probe, but yes, you look really young.
Thank you. I will tell you, I am 37. I have 2 children, been married since 06. So.
Oh, good. So this gives me the opportunity.
Legally.
This gives me the opportunity to speak with somebody who has kids too. So I love that. And Show, please tell us about you.
Oh, I live in British Columbia, Canada, in a little town called Shoneugh, which is right on the border with Washington State. If I felt like it, I could walk to the border in about 20 minutes. So we're really close. Of course, we haven't been over for whatever, but live in the heart of wine country for the Okanagan. So we do lots of wine. And I actually retired almost 3 years ago so we could move here. But I did decide to go back to work just over a year ago when an opportunity came my way. It's just part-time, but doing the kind of work I love. So
that is awesome. I love to hear that. And just so you know, yesterday there seemed to be a color coordination with outfits. It seems today that we are black and white. This was not planned.
Are we clever?
Joe and I have to go to work. So, okay. So,
yeah,
Katie,
this is not what I look like when I'm doing the morning meditations.
I love that. Now, Katie, how did you come upon me? Art, what would you like to share about that?
There we go. You said you felt like a newscaster, and honestly, I was super excited to get to do this because I wanted to jump at the opportunity to help you in your small business grow. We have a small business ourselves, and so I know how important it is. But then the time came and I got a little nervous.
Katie, plug your company. Plug your company.
Coochie Builders. We're housing.
Okay, thank you.
Your doll. Thank you. So I wrote some things down because I can talk rather freely sometimes, and I didn't know if this was the place.
Go for it. You got it.
So this is where I have. I'm so honored and surprised to have been asked to meet with you and share live or at all. And through it, I immediately said, yes, I'd love to help Tracy. Here we just said that. But obviously, I became concerned about all of this. So I decided to write this down and why this group is so important to me. And some of the big reasons are big and scary to me and hard for me, but I also realized it was finally, I was reminded that the Lord allowed me to have those things in my life for whatever reason, and that they've molded me into who I am. So it's very much a part of my journey and my journey here to you and this tribe. So growing up, my parents both were artsy, though my dad's style was more what I leaned to. It was very much more realistic, and I loved that. And though they were divorced and I really didn't see him very often, he did always encourage me in the arts, particularly in painting. We even did oil classes together. And later, though he ended our relationship, beginning to tear in my love for art because of the connection that I had with my dad. Though my brother, who was also he was super important in my life, obviously, but we were only a couple years apart. And he saw a talent and just the joy of drawing and painting that it was for me. And he purchased many paints, brushes, pencils, canvases, and paper for me as a Christmas and birthday present. And I was 16 when he gave that to me. So he was 18, 19 years old. And several months later, though, he came home with an artist table for me. He made plans to put it together with me that in the morning that we were going to, though, he was killed in a car accident and won the race to heaven. So I never put the table together, and I only touched the paints or drew for the required school projects. Sorry, I'm not trying to make anyone cry.
No.
It's just definitely
No, it's part of
here we are. But I only did the required art projects. And small doodled as a mom for the next 15 years. I did a class with my mom, my sister, and a few aunts, which really started maybe I'd say the healing process of being able to use those paints again, because I still have all of them from my brother in a box. But with that class, I also knew I was supposed to have this in my life again. And though not much time passed, my body felt like it started falling apart. I was in tremendous pain, always. Writing a quick Post-it note hurt, and normal daily tasks were exhausting and painful. It seemed the little and big joys of life were being taken away and were being gone for good. So I spent a few weeks at Mayo Clinic and months in a pain management program here locally in West Michigan. And then unexpectedly, at Mayo Clinic, I was diagnosed with some nerve diagnoses, even though I was a healthy 33-year-old girl or lady. As I worked through those programs, my new life. Yeah, my kids.
It's okay.
I need Skittles.
You can have Skittles, kids. Go. You can.
That's right. So as I worked through learning about my new life, even though obviously I didn't change lives, everything in my life felt like it changed. But they encouraged me to do things that I loved as a kid and work into learning new things and new hobbies, even if both of them were done for just 1 or 2 minutes a day. Well, I did, and thankfully the Lord is a faithful God. And during that time, my sister invited me to the 24-hour art party. And Tracy, you have a personality that I connected with and was drawn to instantly. And then you had painting and drawing combined. And then watercolor was a thing that I never had done before. It intimidates me still, but trying watercolors wasn't painful like doing the acrylics and the oils that I had done with my brother and with my dad. So paintbrushes and drawing was what became healing, lovely baby steps through this lady that my kids call Yoga Pants. I don't know if you remember, but one day you stood up and do you remember this?
I do remember.
You stood up and you were apologizing that you didn't match and you don't normally wear yoga pants while you're online. However, you stood up to adjust them and my kids latched on. They're like, I think they must have been 7 or 8, 6, 8, something like that at the time. So you spoke right to their hearts. But with that, I signed up for the challenge that you offered immediately after the 24-hour party, and then dove into your tribe for a whole year. And I am forever grateful. I now own 5 sets of good watercolors, and which is a big deal for me. And I love that you paint flowers in bold. You are always cheery. Your painting is cheery, yet heartfelt. And your personality still shines through and is magnetic. I don't get to paint nearly as often as I would like with the switch of homeschooling and the pandemic. And then I like to be part of this tribe because even though I'm not painting always, I get to see other people's stories and other people's artwork, and it is just a beautiful place to be. I'm thrilled to get to have another year with the tribe, regardless of how often I paint. It's beautiful, it's encouraging, it's a community where we build one another up and we root each other on. So thank you for creating this. I feel incredibly blessed to be here.
Oh my God. So I don't know what to tell you. This was not planned. Really, really wonderful too, because as I look at you, it's a reminder to don't judge a book by the cover and say, oh my God, you never know what's going on with somebody. You never know. Oh my God. And I'm going to tell you this. I think it is so special, and all that lined up. I have nothing to say about your brother other than what an amazing human being, and the fact that you're having the courage to carry on. And those acrylics and those oils, they're there. You can't rule that out, because you have changed and you continue to change. And what a mom you are. Tell those kids Aunt Yoga Pants says you can have all the Skittles you want, because I think it's okay.
Perfect. They will love you forever.
Hold on, I gotta write a note, because if I mail you a thank you gift, I have to send Skittles. Oh my God, just so you know, Katie, not one person wrote a comment during that time period. I think everybody was like this.
You all are truly always remarkable. So
Not always. I have 3 children, Katie.
In front of the camera, you are.
Well, some days are good, some days are not. Okay,
That is
so
very true. Very true.
So I don't know what to tell you other than you have the floor.
Well, how do I follow that? I do have a point. I didn't write it all out. I do have some points too.
You have the floor. You guys actually you take it, girl.
Okay, well, I came to my artful journey, I think at the same time as you, Kate. I had signed up for the 24-hour challenge, then didn't do it. I don't know. It was the beginning of COVID. Things were all crazy. But then, of course, I was on Tracy's mailing list, I guess, or something. Anyway. And so I started looking at it, or became aware of it on Facebook or whatever. And I thought, I can do this. It's minimal supplies, and I'm going to do this 10-day challenge. And so I did. And well, here I am. But I'll give you a bit of background about why I stayed, why I decided to sign up for Your Artful Journey. I've always known that, I'm not this great raving talent, but that I had an affinity for the arts and have some talent. My father most definitely did. My father was a compositor, which he used to type by hand. For a fine printing company. It's actually quite amazing. I have a little hand press of his and some type in my garage. So anyway, and I have a painting he painted when he was 12 after he was sick. Anyway, so I always had that. My parents knew I had that, and they encouraged me, but in what I think is really weird ways. I wasn't allowed to when I got to high school, I wasn't allowed to take art. I did take some classes at our local library, but of course I had a sketchbook. And what I remember, and which stuck with me for years, was my dad saying, "It says sketchbook. It doesn't say definite lines book." And I've always, which I don't know how old I was. I'm probably 14, whatever, and you're just got your pencil in your hand and you're just doing stuff, right? Anyway, and I wasn't a sketcher. I'm still not really a sketcher. I like the solidness, the committal of the Sharpie. I've been a Sharpie fan for years. This did not start with Tracy. I've carried one around in my purse for at least 20 years. I will not leave home without it. So it all stuck to me. And it sort of validated me, if I don't know what other word to use, but that it is okay. Everybody does not need to be a great sketch artist. you can express yourself and get that satisfaction without I just have visions. Whenever I think of sketching, I have visions of, the people in high school who drew these beautifully sketched hands. I'm like, that's not me. I'm not even interested in doing that. So it really helped me. I thought, no, I can do this. And this is a valid way to express yourself, which is, I had felt unvalidated previously because it's not a definite length book. So it helped me to validate myself and feel free to let that part of me go. And so we moved from Vancouver just about 3 years ago. And part of our retirement plan had always been that we would live near affordable golf for my husband, and that I would have a room to be my studio. And people would say, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to paint. Now I have lots of other stuff going on. It's not like I was running out of, and they say, what are you going to paint? I said, I don't know. I just know that that's what I want to do. I didn't know.
This sounds like the best laid plan. I need a room. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I definitely need a room with a lot of supplies in it.
I'm all about supplies, but that's sort of where, and so I was ready. Tracy was the right time, the right place, and not just Tracy. I have to be fair. Also, you are fantastic.
Yeah.
It's also the tribe. Everybody is so encouraging, and you feel like you're getting to know these people, and it's really nice to see everybody else's work too. Now, wouldn't post my work anywhere. In fact, my son was here. Well, he's still here, but he was looking at my stuff like, well, why isn't this stuff on the wall? Like, yeah, I've got it all put away. That's not why I do it. I'm a process person. That's what I do it for.
Yes.
So what was I going to say? I was going to say, anyway, that's sort of my story about it. A big concern when I started too is I wanted to find my own style. And I kept asking Tracy and the tribe about it. And people kept saying, just let it go. Let it go. And and you do develop your own style. And I'm not there yet, but I can feel it coming. And making things my own. I feel like at first I felt like this is Tracy's work, which I now know is okay. But now it's starting to feel more like a part of me.
I love that.
That was really good. I have to say my favorite parts, the things that have made me grow the most, are when I do the lives. Anything you're doing live, if I do the morning meditation, the wine with wine, or the Wednesday night live, which I try to get to as often as I can. And I like to try and keep up because it makes me just stick to it. Because even if Tracy's doing something I don't like, which every time you bring out the thicker Sharpie, I'm going, I actually do that. But I go, no, it's just a piece of paper. And I follow along and let it evolve. And that's really been amazing.
Style comes in because if you don't like that, like sometimes even I pull the Sharpie out and I'm like, ooh, they have no idea I'm covering something up. Don't like that. Big, thick border.
So I've learned that it's okay to make mistakes too. And yeah, cover it up with another line or another squiggle or whatever. And that feels okay for me now. And it certainly didn't before. So that's why I continue. I'm a big supporter. I've directed a number of people who haven't joined yet, but who watch the Wednesday nights. That's what. I don't have such a good story. You should have let me go first.
Actually, listening to your story too, my parents have been supportive of me throughout. I'm so lucky. It made me laugh when you said my dad was a supporter, but like in a different way. My dad is a woodworker. He's exact, measure 87 times, cut once. I mean, my mom has an organized closet with labels in it. She looks like the home edit woman. So I grew up in this like perfect environment. And to this day, like, my brother and I will go there and be like, oh, go down in the basement and take my mom's baskets and take the razors and the toothbrushes, and we trade everything just so that, so we could screw with her. But I grew up in that environment, and my parents did, since they are creative human beings. I mean, my mom with the organization and my dad with the carpentry and woodworking, they honed that in us. But when I went to college, my dad said, I said, Dad, I'm thinking about majoring in art. Yeah, I don't think that's a great idea. I was like, what? And he was like, build a skill. Like, this is the number one thing when somebody says, I want to be an artist. I'm like, build a skill set that you could fall back on and you can use. So he wasn't saying don't do it. I think he was just saying don't get an art degree with my money. And he said there'll be plenty of time to do that later. I didn't know.
Yeah, but my dad said the same thing. Yeah, I originally trained as a draftsman. So I managed to find sort of an in-between there for that. But I, of course, I'm old. And now it's all on computer. I never really enjoyed it anyway. It's too much precision for me.
Exactly. And I have a degree in building construction management, and where I shined was the drawing part. Now, unfortunately, most people don't want to live in a house shaped like a flower. So I did have to conform to the not many men in Michigan do want to live in a round house. I don't understand why. I thought it was a really good idea. But a lot of Midwest men don't want to live in a heart-shaped home either, I've discovered.
Yeah, see, where I grew up, which I grew up on Vancouver Island, where there's a lot of genuine hippies. There were people with the geodesic domes for homes and stuff like that. So that was all.
I'm sorry, but Michigan doesn't tend to have. Now that I live in California, anything goes in California.
Everything goes.
There are no rules. My mom and dad believe I'm hugging trees every day, but. Okay, Cecilia just said, everybody, we're all going to go live in the Weinzapfel flower house. Wouldn't that be awesome? You know, the irony of being a painter, show, and what you just said, I do have a small wall with my paints up here. I used to be a photographer. Here's the irony. I don't have any paintings anywhere. I don't drink out of my own hand-painted wine glasses. There are really no photos of my children, except for 2 that are on the mantle that my friend took as my Christmas card. So if you guys think that you legit will walk in my home and be like, oh, it's so flowery and there's so many beautiful paintings. No, that's not the case. We'll have to take a tour, but that is legit. I just don't. If I'm painting, it's genuinely for somebody else, for your artful journey, or I'm selling the artwork. So that's the funny thing. Okay, now people want to live in my round flowered house. Shoot, write this down. So
you design it and we'll build it.
And I love it that people are asking questions. And I don't know. And everybody is floored by both of you, which is amazing. The other thing about this, Katie and Show were both supposed to be earlier in the week, and it didn't work out. I have this thing about serendipity. You talked about God. I read Jesus Calling every morning. I'm a Catholic girl. I didn't get my ashes. You're not allowed to. But I feel like there was just a serendipity type thing that happened where you just were both supposed to be here on Thursday. That was it.
Yeah, I just got to go with it. I just, when I realized that we'd had that blip there, I didn't get upset. I've really gotten good as I've gotten older and just like, no, just let it go.
Me too. Me too. Katie is still.
I'm working
cool.
Well, you still have small children.
Yeah, Katie, how old are your children?
They are 9 and 7.
So as a mom, and you are homeschooling and you're in a pandemic, and yet you do, from what I'm gathering, you are making time for yourself. How are you doing this all? Because even I'm amazed.
Slowly.
Or do you guys just have your art lessons every day? Okay, mommy would like to teach you art. We're going to skip science and technology today.
Sometimes we intermingle it. It's really kind of a lovely deal. So, like right now, we're studying the oceans. So yesterday we studied sea turtles, and we can paint sea turtles with watercolor and doodles. It's great.
I love it. That is, yeah. And I wrote a note, Lisa. I believe now we feel like we're all going to send Skittles to Katie. And by the way, I have 3 children. If they would have asked me, I would have been like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." But then if it were legit and I wasn't busy, I'd be like, "You want Skittles at noon? No, that's not happening."
That's what I'd have been like too. Like Skittles only on Saturday or something like that. Yeah.
I know they ate yogurt for breakfast.
Okay. They have nutrition. Mommy's busy right now. Hold on, I'm busy.
Yes. And they are being quiet enough that we can be here and chat together. So, a few Skittles, I guess, is a good thing.
That's fine. Okay, in parting, I would like to ask Show first because now we realize Katie has to go last. So if there's anything that you have parting wise to say to somebody as to like why you would join or a good reason to join, or I mean, you don't have to, I'm leading the witness. How about you just tell us what you'd like to tell us about the membership?
It's some of the best value I've ever got out of any money I've spent. I'm learning about different art techniques. Sort of those are the obvious things. I'm learning how to express myself. I'm uncovering myself. And I'm learning how to make friends online. And during this time, which is really isolating, like I keep in touch with it's just not the same. We are my regular friends. We seem to be making contact less and less as the pandemic continues on, whereas the tribe's always there. If I post a picture, somebody's there. Yes, or wherever. So it's really it's terrific value. There's a lot of options out there. And one of the reasons I chose, well, I've got a couple reasons. I guess the 3 top reasons I chose this group was it was affordable and appeared to be good value. I didn't know how good value when I first signed up, but all the lessons and techniques you get. So it's affordable, it's supportive, and you don't have to have every art supply in the world to do this. You can have this. This was so appealing, despite everything I have in my room. It was really appealing to me that Tracy said, "Gee, if you have some paper, a Sharpie, and some paint, you can play along."
And when I said that, Show grabbed her purse out and went, "Look, I happen to carry them every day with me."
that's yeah. Would you like a red one or a black one? But anyway, but so it's reachable for everybody. Anybody who's even, I don't know if I can do this. Anybody can be a part of this and learn and grow in whatever way you need to learn and grow.
Wow. Katie, I hope you have something good because that was really good. Katie,
you should have gone last.
Your turn.
Really, it still just comes back to the fact of the encouragement, the joy that this group brings for so many reasons and so many levels. Yes, the material that you provide is wonderful. I don't get that in this way anywhere else. I can't say I've looked a ton of places, but the places I have looked, it doesn't compare. And so for that, I'm incredibly grateful. Now I'm saying so I didn't write anything down.
Well, I am going to say this about the membership too. You guys drive the content, which is wonderful. I'm always writing notes when you guys are talking. The other thing is, we are going to, Katie, we're going to start digging into a little bit of acrylics once a month. And that might be a space you're ready for, and it might not be. But you always could follow. The one thing I like to say, and I know a lot of people amass supplies. What I teach, I like to teach, now not oils, because I haven't gone there myself. But like, I do like to teach that you can do it in different mediums, and I'm sure you can do it in oils too. I just don't know anything about oils. But that's something that, in fact, next week is the 24th. We're going to do mixed media night on Wednesday night. So we're going to kind of just dip our toes and see what happens in that. That's the world I had come from originally, having worked for a paint company. And so many people have expressed that interest. We're going to do that, for better or for worse. Well, I
That's
can't.
great.
I
Well,
can't.
that's what's wonderful.
Go ahead, please.
Oh, that's what's wonderful about what you offer to so many of us. It's like the materials are simple. You can take it wherever. You don't need a giant room full or stocked with materials and different mediums. I have, right, as wonderful as that would be, we don't have to have that. We can have the bag that you take to your bedroom, or out to the pool or wherever you're traveling or so, to go camping. And that's what I found myself doing this summer, or just out to my backyard. It's fantastic. So I love that you've shown us how to do this simply and still provide such great joy.
I gotta write that plan down. Katie, have you ever taken the kids to the Platte River?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Put that on your list up north.
I will.
You float down the Platte River I've taken my kids, you float all the way down the Platte River into Lake Michigan. It's a great place to camp. Just write it on your list, Platte.
I will.
And if I ever get to Michigan and I'm like, Katie, I'm going to the Platte River this weekend. I have family that lives up there.
We're on.
I need to, and I'm going to wear yoga pants. I don't care how hot and steamy it is. Okay, you guys, I want to thank you. I'm going to stay on for a couple more minutes. I have a couple more minutes, but from the bottom of my heart, I do want to thank you guys. I did have no idea either one of your stories, and this helps me to connect even deeper and realize we just all come from different spaces in this world. I mean, and we're all in different places in our artful journey, especially I'm just having that connection. We're going to do more of this in the membership group because I think it's important to see faces. It's just when I've asked previously, it's like you guys are super vocal, and then I'll go, does anybody want to go on camera and talk about their artful journey? It's like all of a sudden crickets. Where did everybody go? I just cleared the whole room out. You know what it took? It took Anne asking everybody. So I'm not going to do that anymore. So you guys, Cheryl just said that she lived 3 miles from the river 25 years ago. For 25 years. I love that place. Okay, you guys, I will let you go. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please send your address to Anne because I need to mail Skittles to Katie.
Thank you.
Thank you, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my God, this is the most amazing morning. I've said that every single morning. I don't know how I'm going to start my day. Oh, I know how I'm going to start my day tomorrow. Wow. And I don't even know how you could have done that over again. That was fantastic. I legit hit every emotion this morning. I was like looking for, this is one of those dental bibs I was wiping my eyes with. They were amazing. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to answer any questions. I noticed somebody said, oh shoot, is it too late to sign up? The answer is no. I wouldn't be that mean and be like, oh, it's so great to join and have the doors already closed. The doors close tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific time. That's my time. Now by 8 p.m., I have a different agenda tonight. So this will be my first night to kind of relax. I've really hit it with all cylinders this week. Even I'm sick of myself. Hold on. I'm making sure that Donna didn't message me. I tend to forget things. But I just want to thank you all. I haven't updated this from last night. I got in bed and took a little bit of melatonin so I would sleep soundly. I legit slept soundly until almost 7 a.m., which I never do. And I just feel so much better. And then I have some plans with some girlfriends tonight. So it's just kind of a release for me to be able to relax a little bit and giggle and laugh and that kind of thing. But I don't get, Deborah says, never sick of you. Yeah. Oh my God. The other thing is, Lisa said, these interviews are so important in the growth of our tribe. It brings us so much closer. I wholeheartedly agree. Really loved meeting people this week. Thank you all. I feel even closer to the tribe. I want to go through the list. We started with Danielle and Hitomi. Jackie was there by herself solo. I commend her for that. That was when Show was supposed to be there. Lisa and April. Let's see. Who did we have on Tuesday? What day is it? My list cut off. We had Vicky and Gail. Tuesday we had scheduling issues. Right? I think, because Katie was supposed to be there. I think. Oh, and Martha is in Texas, has no power. Yes. And then we moved into Wednesday. We Vicky and Gail. Last night was Kathy, amazing, and today was Katie and Show. Lisa said the interviews made it so real. I'm going to say that interviews are really what, like I said, I don't do this to hear, great job, da-da-da-da. I do it to share creativity. But yesterday when Donna texted me, take a moment, take a breath, and look at what we've created in a short time. A lot of work goes into this, but the impact ripple effect, I love that, the ripple effect is truly inspiring. I'm so glad to be on this journey with you. Thank you, Donna, for sending that to me. I think she sends stuff as like a pep talk when she knows I get tired. Like, I think sometimes she's like, I'm going to blow smoke up her rear end right now and just keep her going. Deb just said you do an amazing, sorry, the pool guy just got here. The dog hates the pool guy. Deb, I have felt for a little while, I love to talk to people and I love to ask them questions. So this will be a part of our tribe in some way. Speaking of which, for you veterans who are part of your artful journey, the focus and the intent of our group will remain the same. We are going to welcome some new beautiful artful souls, which I'm happy about. That will be next week. But in the meantime, tomorrow, we have a giveaway for 3 of those zigzag journals from the beginning of this month, which I think was about 365 days ago. I'm gonna give those away tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I work from home. I'm gonna probably have yoga pants on, and I just thought it would be nice to get on live with you at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and just, I don't know, talk about this week and reminisce and laugh and just connect. That's it. So I won't be live on this Facebook page because tonight at 8 p.m. the doors close. And once they're closed, I wish there was something I could do for you all when you email me, but there's nothing I can do. I go back to creating. Yes, the zigzag journals are great, Lisa. And Lisa, if you'd send me your address, you get a thank you one anyway. So that would be the way things go. Deborah said, I can see that you love people from your interaction. You have a sweet soul. Did you hear that, soul? We're doing good. Thank you. You know what? It's been really nice to share this side of me because a few years ago, you probably wouldn't have caught that in me. So Any other questions before I go? People, this morning, the biggest thing I'm answering is how many lessons are there. You get new content every month, hopefully something new. And even if we circle back to something, I will never do it the same way twice. When you sign up, you will get an invite, and right away you'll get all the content from the past year. Cheryl, if you are a new member of your Artful Journey, and I hate to say this, but I just have to, you'll be onboarded into the Facebook group next week. I want to make sure I do this giveaway because we had this going from the beginning of the month, and then we're going to take the weekend off. I'm not working. Actually, I'm going to paint wine glasses. I have a bunch of orders already coming in for Mother's Day. If you want to change your membership from monthly to yearly, there is this email that I put right there. It's called support@yourartfuljourney.com. And you can email that Tammy Lee and go from there. I do know we want to welcome all the new members kind of at the same time because it's a real fun week. Everybody's super excited. And then what we're going to do on March 1st, mark your calendars, new members and members. We're going to start our quarterly Zoom call. And this quarterly Zoom call is going to focus on accessing the portal, answering your questions, seeing your lovely faces, but it's mostly going to be me sharing my screen so that I can answer questions because there'll be a lot of excitement in the beginning of the everybody coming in. This is what I want to say though. All the members are so helpful that normally the answers are questioned. Questions are answered right away. Lisa said, best thing I ever did for myself. I'm so glad you did that. And thank you, Cheryl, for understanding. I just thought I want to get this giveaway. We did a giveaway. I don't know who the winners are. That's being sent to me today. We're doing them random. I don't get involved in that. Anne, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for what you did and how you took over this production of getting all of these amazing people on. I knew you were going to ask me what time that Zoom call was. I want to say 5. Do I have my calendar handy? Hold on. Let me just look. You'll get an email. There will be an email that goes out to everybody, but let me just look. I want to say 5. I just don't know. I think I made it earlier because I haven't looked at this calendar. 5 to 6. I haven't looked at this calendar once. Okay. Yeah. And thank you not only for what you do behind the scenes for us, Donna and myself, but also for what you're doing in front of the scenes with everybody and helping them. One thing Anne said to me, I didn't know Anne before your Artful Journey. We connected in a real way, just took one word and it was instant connection. And I'll never forget that. The moment it just hit me. And she's come on board and treats everybody as she wants to be treated, being new. And it's been fun to watch her navigate and walk through this. Yes, I do need to have another interview with Donna and Anne. I think that is a great idea. As some of you may or may not know, Donna is my business partner. And so she works tirelessly too behind the scenes. And the one thing we had made a deal on early on was I get to concentrate on content. That's the focus. So they're your customer support team. We are also different, but these interviews show us how much we have in common. I cannot begin to tell you that. Thank you, because I needed that. Thank you for the interviews. Yes, that is something that resonated left, right, and center with me all. You want to be sympathetic, empathetic, and sometimes you just don't know. Like I legit, with Katie this morning, couldn't say, I know. I know. I couldn't. Like, I don't know. I don't know how hard that was for her. I just couldn't, but the second show talked about her dad, and that connected and resonated with me in 2 seconds. So that's all you can do is be honest and say, this is the way it is. I do a demo every Wednesday on this page, and that is my way of reaching out to even new artful souls. So, thank you guys. I have big dreams for this year, and those dreams all revolve around building this business. And I am a small business, so Katie, thank you for that shout out and support. And also, I believe in empowering and connecting with other businesses. So who knows what the future is going to hold here? But I know that we've only just begun to live. Carpenters? Yeah, I think it is. All right. Okay, I'm going to end this on this beautiful message that came in last night with this beautiful artwork, by the way. I began my journey with Tracy at her 24-hour art party, and like a lot of you, I didn't think I could draw or paint with watercolors. I soon joined her tribe. With much practice, often daily, and the teachings of Tracy, the encouragement and inspiration from members, and Anne. Anne gets her own. I love that. This piece is how far I've come. My I can'ts have turned into I can, so I believe you can. And no, I did not purposely print this up so it looked like I can't see. It just, that's how my printer prints everything. I don't know how to turn the settings different. I get large print over everything I print. Katie just said, thank you for having me, and thank you for connecting. Have fun celebrating your friend's birthday tonight, Tracy, and that much sought after coconut cake. I'm taking a picture of that thing. All right. On that note, you guys, Donna just said it. I've said it over and over again. If you build it, they will come. Again, Kevin Costner tends to lead everything in my life. Don't watch The Guardian. That's the movie I watched. Don't watch that. It's not meant for women who love Kevin Costner. Okay, guys, this is it. I'm going to go to work with a full heart, and I thank you so much for everything. Another great morning. Okay, I'm going to go to work. This video will immediately go to YouTube. Tonight at 8 p.m., the doors close. We will be a new tribe of bigger sisters, better sisters, more sisters, and it's going to be amazing. Your vibe does attract your tribe, and dang it, I attract some lovely, lovely people. I thank you guys. Have a great and wonderful day. I love you all. I'll talk to you all soon.